Today I'm going to be showing you the easiest way that you can price your jobs with heat transfer vinyl. If you clicked on this video, I'm pretty sure that you're having troubles finding out how you're going to price your products, so hopefully this video can answer everything that you need to know. Let me know how you price your heat transfer vinyl jobs down in the comments below, and let's go ahead and get started. Now, quick disclaimer, the tool that we're going to use in this video to price our products does come with a fee, and that is a whopping $1. So this is actually a spreadsheet that I came up with where you just input all of your order details and it'll give you some pricing suggestions. So this pricing calculator can be used with heat transfer vinyl, sublimation, screen print and DTF transfers, and DTG printing. Now this video is going to focus specifically on heat transfer vinyl pricing, but if you do order a copy of the t-shirt pricing calculator, you are going to have access to all of them. Now if you do want to purchase the t-shirt pricing calculator, all you have to do is head on over to necoprints.com. The link to that will be down in the description below, and you'll find it on there. Now this is very important. Once you place your order, you're going to get an email like this one. Just go ahead and follow that link and it's going to take you to this website. So on here, all you have to do is go ahead and click on download now, open that text file, go ahead and take your link, copy it, paste it into your browser, and you have access to the t-shirt calculator. Now, once you go to the link, this is the most important part. I've been getting tons of emails of people telling me that they can't edit the sheet. Well, right here, it literally says you cannot edit the sheet. And the reason behind that is because this is full of different formulas that I have working together, that if one of them were to mess up or if anything were to be changed, then the entire thing's going to be thrown off. So because of that, what you have to do is just simply go to File and make a copy. Now you're free to do whatever you want, but do know that if you ever do mess up your sheet by accident, you can simply go back to the link that you have and make another copy. So the first thing that we see when we get into this is the total t-shirt cost. This is going to include your shipping and your taxes, if it's applicable to you. So some people aren't going to have shipping, some people aren't going to have taxes, some people aren't going to have both. So here, for example, we're at alldayshirts.com and we're purchasing some Gildan soft style shirts. Here they're selling them for $3.59 each. We're going to be doing 100 of them. Now, as far as shipping, let's just keep it at free shipping. We're trying to save money. So our total comes out to $359. So we're going to take that and we're going to put it in here. So 359. How many shirts? We're going to be using 100. Now, total price of material. This is where it could get a little bit tricky. But here what we're going to take into consideration is how much we cut in terms of length. As far as height, I never take this into consideration. To be completely honest with you, in my case, if I just use, let's say, half of this, the other half goes to scraps and I'm probably never going to use it ever again. So personally, I always take into consideration the length only. Now, how are you going to determine the length of your prints or how much you use? Well, that's actually extremely easy. Now, some people might be thinking 100 shirts with heat transfer vinyl, that's a lot. But trust me, there's people that do it. I used to be one of them. I used to use heat transfer vinyl for absolutely everything. And this doesn't just apply to orders of 100. It can be for smaller orders of 5 or 10. So right now I'm in my Silhouette studio and Silhouette actually makes this process a lot easier, because right here on the height, you can actually choose how much material you're using. Now, obviously there's supposed to be 100 of these, but right now there's only 4. So we're going to have to multiply this. So we need 100 designs and we can fit 4 of them in about 24 inches. This is each one with a dimension of 10 inches by about 4.25 inches. So 100 divided by 4. So we're going to need 25. So let's just go ahead and take how many we need, 25. And let's multiply that by our total number of material, or our total inches of material, times 24. So we're going to need 600 inches worth of material. So here, total inches used, we're using 600 inches. Now, total feet in roll. So since we need to use 600 inches, let's go ahead and take those 600 inches and let's divide it by 12, because there's 12 inches in a foot. And now we want to figure out how many feet we need. So we need about 50 feet worth of heat transfer vinyl. Now, I don't know where you get your heat transfer vinyl, but I always source mine from Heat Transfer Warehouse. They have a ton of different selections. Personally, I always use Caesar, but if you do want something a bit cheaper with still outstanding quality, Heat Transfer Warehouse also offers their wallet cut HTV. This is their in-house brand. This is the Heat Transfer Warehouse brand pretty much. So let's actually price our job with this. So let's just go with the basic wallet cut express, the 12 inch. Let's assume we're doing this in lime green. And we said we needed 50 feet. Now there's no 50-foot option, but we can choose the 75-foot option, and that's $108. So the total price of the material is going to be about $108. Of course, that's not including shipping. So let's assume that we're paying about $12 for shipping. So including shipping, the total price of material comes out to about $120. Total feet in the roll is going to be 75 because we're purchasing a 75-foot roll. Now we can see that our price per shirt comes out to $3.59. Now in this case, we're not getting charged neither tax nor shipping, but let's say we were getting charged shipping and it came out to $380. Then our total cost per shirt would have been $3.80. Now looking over at our heat transfer vinyl, we can see that the price per inch is actually 13 cents. That's extremely cheap. And the reason behind this is because we're actually able to fit 2 designs or 2 images widthwise. So let's say we were only able to fit one and it was something along this line or along this big. So you weren't really able to fit 2 on one side. The price per square inch would increase drastically. Now, the total HTV cost for us for this particular project is going to cost us $80. Now, while the whole roll cost us $108, what this particular job is going to cost us is only going to be $80. This is only pricing what you're using in the material. Everything else that you have, you can save for later. Now, if you have any miscellaneous costs, let's say you have anything that you needed to purchase for this particular job, you can add it on here. So let's say I had, I don't know, $50 miscellaneous costs because my customer wanted particular packaging or something like that. You can add those costs over here and it'll add it to your total job cost. Now, if you do want to set an hourly rate, which for heat transfer vinyl, it's a little bit harder to do than some of these other methods, but if you want to do it, the option is here. So let's say you want to charge $50 every hour and you think this job is going to take you, I don't know, 10 hours. That's just a rough estimate. You know how fast you work. So this is really going to vary on you. In total, what we would be making hourly is going to be $500. Now that doesn't get added to the total job cost, but it does add to the suggested pricing. So the way this works is by percentage or through the hourly rate. Now, the first one is going to be 0%. That means no percentage is going to be added to your total job cost, but your hourly rate will be added to this. So if you have no hourly rate, this is pretty much just going to be your job cost and that's it. But if you do have an hourly rate, like the one that we said of $50 an hour for 10 hours, for a total of $500, that'll be reflected here. So your total job price is going to be your total job cost, $510, plus your hourly total, $500, for a total price of $1,010 to your customer. Now in this case, your total profit is going to be $500, which is your hourly total. And each shirt is going to be $10.10. Now, obviously, you can edit this as needed. You don't have to charge $10.10. You can just charge your customer $10. Now, if you go down the percentages, you'll see that everything goes accordingly. So for 10% profit, your t-shirts are going to be priced at $10.61. Total price is going to be $1,061 with a profit of $551. As you can see, a 10% increase is actually pretty profitable. It's an extra $50. So on top of having your hourly rate, you can add on maybe a 10 or 20% and it won't be too noticeable to your customer and you'll be making a couple of extra bucks. But again, your pricing is really going to depend on you and how you like to price your items. This is just some suggested pricing to be able to help you out along the way. Now going down the line, you can see that the last one is going to be 100%. That's pretty much doubling your profits. Let's go ahead and actually remove the hourly rate. So let's leave that at 0. Because realistically speaking, a lot of people don't use an hourly rate, especially when it comes to heat transfer vinyl. And without an hourly rate, you can see that at 0%, total job cost is going to be $510 with, of course, 0 profit. If we want to add 10%, we can go ahead and make a profit of $51. Obviously, that's not going to be worth the amount of time that we're going to put into weeding and all that. So if we're doing 100 shirts with a simple one color design with heat transfer vinyl, I mean, I don't know how much you're going to charge, but personally, I would charge somewhere along the lines of maybe $10 to $12. And taking a look over at the suggested pricing, we can see that actually $10.20 is at doubling the price. So it would be giving me a profit of $510 if I offer them at $10. So that's not that bad. But again, it really depends on how fast you work and how long you think it's going to take you to complete this job. And really how much you're comfortable making. So this is the easiest way that you can start pricing your heat transfer vinyl jobs. Remember to let me know down in the comments below how you price your heat transfer vinyl jobs. Remember, in the description below, I'm also going to have the link to Heat Transfer Warehouse, where you can get some really high quality heat transfer vinyl at some pretty good prices, especially with their Qualicut HTV. Also, if you want access to the calculator, the link to that is going to be in the description as well, or just go to necoprints.com. Let me know what you think of the calculator as well. Let me know down in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts on that too. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Huge thank you to everyone for watching, especially if you made it all the way to the end. In the next coming days, I will be releasing how to price for sublimation, DTG, and screen print transfers. So make sure you stick around for those. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell notification so you don't miss out on any future videos. Peace.